Peace and wholeness to all of you beautiful souls. Now, let's talk about the planetary triplicity rulership real quick. Now, when it comes to the planetary triplicity rulership, we are referencing to the element rulers. Now, we're all aware and familiar that each zodiac sign singularly has a rulership. We know that, for example, the sun rules Leo, Cancer is ruled by the moon, Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius, Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn, etc. We are familiar with this. But did you know that the elements themselves have planetary rulers, and that's what the planetary triplicity deals with? Now, it's a planetary triplicity because each element has three rulers. It has a daytime ruler, a nighttime ruler, and a participating ruler. In this video specifically, we are going to be talking about the fire element. We're going to be talking about the fire element and exactly, what its daytime ruler, nighttime ruler, and participating ruler is. Now, it's very interesting when when we look at its participating ruler. The participating ruler has nothing to do with fire, so it's definitely surprising and shocking when you first realize what the participating ruler is. You know what I'm saying? But then once you understand the reason behind it, it makes sense. So yeah, we'll be talking about the participating ruler as well, but first let's talk about the daytime ruler and the nighttime ruler for the fire element. So before we even get into the rulers, let's look at what the fire element signifies. When we are speaking about the fire element, I think I should also just give this brief breakdown real quick to explain that we have four elements in three states of matter. You know what I'm saying? We have liquid, solid, and gas. Now, when fire, earth, air, or water manifests, let's say through liquid, in astrology lingo, we reference it or we identify or recognize it as mutable. You know what I'm saying? When fire, gas, or whatever manifests through the fixed or solid state of matter, then we recognize it as fixed. And then whenever an element, let's say water, earth, fire, air, manifests through the gaseous state, we recognize it as cardinal. You know what I'm saying? So really, when we are looking at the zodiac signs and everything like that, we're really just looking at the four elements and their manifestations through the three modalities or the three states of matter. And then we know that 3 times 4 is 12. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get into it. When it comes to the fire element is all about self-reliance. Fire signs are typically self-driven as well. The fire element is very ambitious and enthusiastic. You know what I'm saying? Zealful. And the word zeal just means an excitement and an enthusiasm for life. You know what I'm saying? Fire signs are typically very animated. The key phrase that we can use to just holistically explain fire is inspiration. The fire signs are the sources of inspiration for all of us. You know what I'm saying? They inspire us and they show us, in a sense, how to they inspire us and they show us new ways. You know what I'm saying? New ways of doing things, new ways of being, specifically the cardinal signs. But fire is a very spiritual sign or element, and we'll get into why that is. But in so many ways, that's like the breakdown of the fire element. It deals with enthusiasm, zeal, activity, self-reliance, self-dependence, adventuring, journeying, expansion, enthusiasm, as I've said like 3 times already, and leadership. You know what I'm saying? The fire signs are not followers, they are leaders. You know what I'm saying? They're interested in pioneering, for example, or finding new ways of doing something, or leading, period. Now, the daytime ruler is the sun, right? The daytime ruler for the fire element is going to be the sun. When we look at the sun, we know that the sun deals with the ego. It deals with individuality and individualistic expression. The sun deals with the willpower as well. And mentally, the sun manifests through significance and power, you know what I'm saying? And thus the sun is connected to self-confidence, self-esteem, self-assurance, energies like that, self-value, you know what I'm saying? So furthermore, the sun in practical terms, is considered to be a convertible planet. It's not a planet, but in astrology, we reference it to a planet. It's just the lingo, but you guys know what I mean. When it comes to the energy of the sun, it very much deals with convertibility, meaning it's not positive nor negative, but it's positive according to what it's associated with, and it's negative according to what it's associated with. So if the sun is associated with something positive, it's going to express positively in of itself, but it's associated with something negative, it's going to express negatively in of itself as well. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Furthermore, when we are looking at the sun is very masculine, you know what I'm saying? And the sun, like the fire element, is self-sustaining and self-reliant and self-driven as well. Astrologically, the sun does deal with the hero within us, you know what I'm saying? Meaning it deals with our willpower, you know what I'm saying? It deals with our ability to push against the boundaries instilled around us and prosper and triumph, you know what I'm saying? Despite the boundaries of Saturn, you know what I'm saying? Now, when we look at it and we compare and contrast, we know that both the sun and the fire element deal with leadership, right? Because we understand the leadership aspect of the sun and the leadership aspect of the fire element. Like the sun deals with kings and queens and leaders, right? And that very much complements that energy of the fire. And so when we're looking at the daytime and the nighttime rulers, it's very valuable to understand that these are really naturally the paths that we are going to already be unfolding from and unfolding through. But what you want to do is be more conscious with the unfoldment of your life rather than allowing nature to take hold and, in a sense, throw you around like a bag flowing through the wind, you know what I'm saying? When you become conscious and you understand like the in and out makeup of astrology, then you have this newfound power to be able to navigate life in reality and direct energy and focus constructively rather than destructively. So yeah, all of these connections, like the daytime ruler, like the connection between the fire element and the sun, this is already naturally being expressed and naturally playing out. And so this is just a reminder that you as a fire sign should definitely embrace the sun's energy. Allow yourself to find your sense of identity and understand who you are, and don't be afraid of independence. You know what I'm saying? Not that I need to say that. Like, fire signs are not afraid to be independent at all. But pretty much, yeah, that's like the fire. And the sun being the sign of ego and identity, it's important as a fire sign for you to know who you are thoroughly in and out. But yes, I would say that pretty much is that. That's like the daytime ruler. Now, okay, so now let's talk about the nighttime ruler of the fire element. So we previously talked about the daytime ruler of the fire element, and we talked about the sun, as the sun is the daytime ruler of the fire element. So if you're in Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, this video is going to be for you, and it's going to give you deeper insight into, the planet that rules your element. Not so much your sign, but the three planets, because this is the triplicity, right? The planetary triplicity for the elements. we are going to look at the daytime, nighttime, and participating rulers for your element. Pay attention, as this is going to really help you gain a better understanding of which energies to work with, as those energies are going to be complementary to you and help you gain more out of life. You know what I'm saying? So the nighttime ruler for the fire element is going to be Jupiter, right? Now, when it comes to Jupiter is not as active in its force, or rather I should say it is very active, but it's not as external in its influence and in its force as is the sun. You know what I'm saying? The sun is all about ambition, it's all about drive, it's all about will, it's all about impacting and influencing the world around you. You know what I'm saying? Through your willpower. But Jupiter is all about expansion, specifically inner expansion. Jupiter deals with spirituality. It deals with philosophy, things like religion. It also deals with faith, obviously, right? Hope, optimism. And in so many ways, like I've said already, expansion, because all of these things we've explained that's associated with Jupiter: philosophy, spirituality, optimism, faith, hope. These are all things that can help bring to us more expansion in our life. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, when it comes to Jupiter's correlation with the fire element, it helps us gain an understanding that the fire signs, when they are not outwardly operating from their sun, from the sun's energy, they should be focused inwardly in cultivating their spirituality, cultivating their faith, cultivating their vision as well, which is one of the things that Jupiter deals with. Jupiter deals with inner vision, insight. Inner vision and sight is very much synonymous and connected to faith, So what Jupiter adds to the fire element is it takes their raw and natural ambitious energy and it helps them channel it to a higher frequency. So let's look at the daytime ruler in correlation to the nighttime ruler of the fire element. So when it comes to the daytime ruler of the fire element, it's the sun, and the sun deals with our willpower. It deals with our focus. It deals with our vigorness, what it is that we want to invest our energy in, right? So in so many ways, the sun deals with our willpower and our will, but then Jupiter deals with spirituality, the divine, higher philosophy, higher spirituality, just higher ways of thinking. It deals with the higher mind through Sagittarius as well. So with that being said, when it comes to the Jupiter energy and the sun's energy, it's really all about learning to take your willpower and connect it to spirituality, divinity, or God. You know what I'm saying? Understanding as a fire sign that you should put the divine's will before yours and understand that you are but, in a sense, a servant, and you will fulfill the obligations and duties that God, source, spirit needs you to. You know what I'm saying? So in so many ways, as a fire sign, you should understand that the energy that you have been given, the innate sense of self, significance, and self-worth that you have should be directed and cultivated towards spirituality, philosophy, religion, a higher purpose and a higher function. So in so many ways, with Jupiter ruling over the fire element, but through the night energy, it's also important for all fire signs to cultivate their spirituality, their religion, their philosophy, and gain a deeper and greater awareness of these things. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that Jupiter deals with is it deals with mercy or charity, kindness and, giving, as I've said, charity, you know what I'm saying? So in so many ways, with the fire signs, if you are a fire sign, you should definitely align that energy of giving, you know what I'm saying, that energy of wanting to prosper those around you, understanding that you're significant as an individual, and the reason why you're so great and amazing, however it may be, it's so then you can give to the world. The reason why you may have a deeper awareness of yourself than others, so then you can give to the world, you know what I'm saying, using your individualistic energy to be able to expand humanity and the cosmos at large as well, 100%. Now, when it comes to the complementary ruler, you know, for the fire element, it's going to be Saturn, you know what I'm saying? So Saturn's energy, it's a surprising because Saturn is dry and it's cold. And it's also beyond like the outer planets, like, you know, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. Saturn is considered like the furthest planet away from the sun, right? So at first glance, it's like, why would Saturn be considered one of the ruling planets for the fire element? Let me explain why. So the primary reason, it's because of the ambition that the fire element deals with. You know what I'm saying? The fire element and the fire signs are very ambitious, but one thing that they may lack is they may lack structure and groundedness and persistence and perseverance. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of acting for long periods of time. Like fire signs, Leo, because it's fixed, may more so be able to hone in and focus, you know, because Leo rules the will, and our will is just focused desire, you know, like you want to do something so bad that all of a sudden it manifests through your willpower. There's a will to do it, you know, that's Leo energy. But the majority of the fire signs, though, they may have a hard time when it comes to working in the material world and working with boundaries and restrictions. You know what I'm saying? Like when Saturn goes into Aries and Leo, it doesn't do the best. You know what I'm saying? Like Saturn hates being in Aries. You know what I'm saying? And Saturn rules Aquarius, which is the opposite sign to Leo. So when Saturn is in Leo, it's in its opposite element. So like these two energies like don't really mix. They don't really blend with each other, but they can complement each other. As another perspective of understanding is energy reservation. You know what I'm saying? Saturn deals with the reserving of energy, the quote like the saving of energy and the smart use of your energy. You know what I'm saying? Not just haphazardly using all of your energy at once, but slowly and surely releasing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what Saturn deals with. It deals with the conservation of energy, but then fire deals with the release of energy. You know what I'm saying? So Saturn's energy can really help through Capricorn ground, you know, the fire element, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. It could really help them be more realistic on their approach where ambition is concerned. You know, really help them operate and work with the material world. But then through Aquarius, Saturn's masculine sign, fire and air, you know, these two energies feed each other. Like air can fuel fire, you know what I'm saying? So Aquarius through Saturn can act as of inspiration. You know, it can inspire the fire elements to expand themselves, but also continue on their journey, you know what I'm saying, of domination, however it may play out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much why Saturn is the participating ruler for the fire element. It's because Saturn can help ground the fire and bring shape and form to it. You know what I'm saying? Fire kind of just dances, it's wild, but Saturn can bring structure to it. And Saturn can, through Aquarius, can also act as a means of inspiration. Inspire it. You know what I'm saying, you guys? But yes, it's pretty much that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a beautiful day. On another note, if you guys are interested in tapping in to get a deeper insight into your birth chart, definitely let me know. I also offer discovery sessions, which are free. If you're kind of on the fence, or you want to know more about astrology and how it can help you before you jump in, definitely reach out to me and we can do a discovery session. All right, peace, you guys. Namaste.